The man casually tossed 5 bracelets into the air. The metal clattered against the gravel, producing a sound like footsteps. He was betting that his enemy would take the bait. But just as Ender was about to launch his attack, Abdul summoned his doppelganger and launched a surprise assault on Ender. However, Ender had already sensed it coming. He moved swiftly, dodging Abdul's attack cleanly and decisively. At the same time, he struck Abdul from behind. No one expected this blind man to be so formidable. In the next instant, a bloody hole burst open in Abdul's neck, and his arm was scorched by Abdul's flames. This made Ender even more cautious. Just as he was about to finish off Abdul, Jotaro suddenly charged in. From the distance and rhythm of the footsteps, Ender instantly deduced it was Jotaro. He immediately commanded his stand to chase after the target. Just as he was about to catch up, Jotaro suddenly grabbed Ichi from the ground. It turned out Jotaro had long since seen through Ender's secret. By using this dog, he could pinpoint the enemy's location. Jotaro slammed Ichi to the ground and threatened the dog to tell him immediately where the enemy's next attack would come from. Seeing his life in danger, Ichi immediately activated his stand and tried to escape. But Jotaro wasn't about to let him get away that easily. Just as Jotaro thought, he had pinpointed the enemy's location. Ichi's altitude suddenly dropped. With their position about to be exposed, Jotaro had no choice but to take a risk. He timed it perfectly and kicked off the ground with all his might, using the recoil to propel himself and Ichi high into the air. This move also alerted Ender to something amiss. He immediately activated his stand and gave chase after the two. But Jotaro quickly realized Ender wasn't far behind. Jotaro thought that as long as he didn't touch the ground, Ender wouldn't be able to pinpoint his location. But in the very next instant, countless grains of sand flew up from the ground. Ender intended to use the vibrations from the rebounding sand to pinpoint Jotaro's location. He commanded his stand to launch an attack on Jotaro. Jotaro immediately summoned Platinum Star to counterattack, but he was still struck. Ichi was so terrified he nearly wet himself. He deliberately began to descend, completely exposing Jotaro's position to the enemy, hoping to trade Jotaro's life for his own survival. The situation had become extremely critical. Just as Ender was preparing to deliver the final blow to Jotaro, Jotaro suddenly grabbed Ichi and hurled him toward Ender. To avoid colliding with Ichi, Ender recalled his stand, blocking Ichi's charge. The crisis was narrowly averted, but Ender quickly began to panic. He had been so focused on fending off the dog that he had no idea where Jotaro had gone. Just as he was searching, Jotaro had already appeared behind him, but Ender quickly sensed something was amiss. Just as he was preparing to fight with all his might, Jotaro suddenly summoned Platinum Star and launched an attack. Just as Jotaro thought the battle was over, Ender used his own stand to pierce his own forehead. Jotaro was utterly shocked. He had never imagined that the cold-hearted Dio could have such a loyal subordinate. Just as he thought, this battle would yield nothing. The dying Ender revealed a crucial piece of information to him. His stand could be called the origin of the tarot, and also alluded to Gate, the god of the earth, one of the 9 gods of Egypt. After saying this, Ender completely lost all signs of life. A heart-pounding, life-or-death battle had finally come to an end. Yet a new crisis was already quietly brewing. In a place beyond their sight, on the streets of Aswan, a passerby claiming to be a manga artist took an interest in the manga held by a shy little boy.